Hello, everybody. Welcome to another daily dose of gaming news and all that good stuff. And as always, I also publish on normal and on Patreon for X support. Any kind of updates I usually go about on Twitter X platform. Later today, I will be, instead of doing a Jusa episode, I will be launching a gameplay demo from Karma, the Dark World. It was a game that was recently launched. Very interesting. Some psychological horror stuff there happening. Again, I had some issues here and there in terms of stuttering, given that this is an Unreal Engine 5 game. Hopefully, the full game it doesn't have the kind of the same issues that I had. It's not. It can be a little bit jarring from time to time, but again, very interesting game nevertheless. And then Monday I will resume the Jusang gameplay series there. Other than that, I think that's what I got here from the channel updates. Let's go for some news. We got a little bit more information regarding the 9070 XD reference design kind of a thing here, which is one of those that some people still, I think, manage to get around and getting on the black market there, which is interesting by itself. Again, even this reference design is very similar from the Red Ring that AMD showed on their presentation when they did the presentation to launch the RDNA 4 GPUs there. Even though I think the logo is still an older one. Again, I assume this is kind of engineering samples and the such. So I assume some of them pick some stuff here and there, not finalize a product as it is. I think it was something that was sent to AIBs also to test out the GPU and make their coolers and cooling solutions, sorry, and doing the overclock that they need to do. It's interesting enough. We got a graphene sheet here or graphene sheet on the part of the die of the GPU chip, and it seems that the default thermal pads for the memory are not that good. But interesting enough, the guy itself did manage to do some DIY in terms of replacing the thermal pads and everything. And after that, the temperatures were way better than they were with the default thermal pads. Again, with that said, the fact that it has cooler temperatures, it managed to draw a little bit more power. So usually that says a lot regarding how the fact that if you can manage to cool down everything better, the GPU itself will be able to perform a little bit better. But yeah, again, this is not an official GPU. Again, this is going around mainly in China in terms of the black market. But yeah, we've been seeing some interesting stuff from people that managed to snatch one of these here and there. But yeah, in terms of hardware, this is what I got. And we got, I think I saw this yesterday, some news regarding this that November last year, two gamers from California, they sued Ubisoft over the company's decision to shut down the servers from the crew. Again, it goes in line with the philosophy of Ubisoft of the fact that they are launching shit games, they are shutting down the ones that people are still playing, and with the philosophy of also compounding with the fact that they have the philosophy that customers need to get used not owning anything, which again, I don't think that's the best philosophy here. But we got some. I think this is kind of a leak stuff in terms of reporting of stuff that it's happening in this lawsuit. And again, these two gamers, they one of the things that they are doing regarding this lawsuit, it's basically Ubisoft misled the consumers by telling them that they were buying a game when in fact all they were renting was a limited license to access the game. Again, this is normal stuff. Even um, supposedly, technically, even at the time where they had only CD-ROMs or something like that, physical media, you're not buying anything. You're always renting a license. It's always put there in the terms and conditions when you buy something. Um, and the fact that, for example, we always got used to having even games in even music or even movies. The fact that you have a digital, even if it is not digital, sorry, in terms of physical medium, being CDs, DVDs, or even Blu-rays, because we have a physical copy, and especially in the case of, I don't know, movies and also TV series. Sometimes we get those collections. We used to, but the fact that as long as you have a player, you can basically watch that content. And even before, when we have games on discs, not on disc, on the diskettes and other forms of media forms or cartridges. Usually, we had the access to that license kind of technically forever, because you before the games were launched in a finished state. And in this day and age, the fact that everything seems to be connected to the internet, and we got a lot of more digital license, because it's what they are. um, Publishers tend to, if they want to do this kind of shenanigans that Ubisoft did. And regarding this lawsuit, we got some interesting quotes from Ubisoft lawyers, because after this thing happened on the crew, there was a lot of backlash. Let's say a lot of people were complaining about this. I was one of the people affected. I did manage, um, before moving out of the country, have like the full DLC stuff, or season. I don't think it's season pass at the time. I think it was DLC from the crew. And again, I'm not able to even access that for sure, because they remove it out of the library, so you cannot play this game. But they did manage to like patch on the Crew 2 and the Crew Motorfest. They managed to to make a patch to be able to play it offline, and because this is just an online game, if you don't have access to the internet, you cannot play the game, which is something interesting. But they did manage to do this, but not to the Crew, even after that pushback. Which is very interesting. But again, the lawyers from Ubisoft, they said that they were frustrated with the decision to retire the game following a notice period delineated on the product's packaging, and plaintiffs apply a kitchen sink approach on behalf of a putative class of nationwide customers, which again, this is not starting very well. And basically, they also argued, so the part from Ubisoft, that the plaintiffs had gotten more than their fair share of views out of the Crew, playing the game for years before the announcement of its shutdown in December 2023 and the actual closure in 2024 March. Again, the official quote is basically, after making their purchases, plaintiffs enjoyed access to the Crew for years before Ubisoft decided in late 2023 to return and shut down the servers of a 10-year old video game. Plaintiffs received the benefit of their bargaining and cannot complain now that they were deceived simply because Ubisoft did not then create an offline version of the discontinued video game. Again, it goes in line. Basically, you paid for the game. Make it seem that you got more than you asked for, basically, which is supposedly, if you with this philosophy, basically, if Ubisoft just decides out of nowhere, okay, we rent this license for this fee, so we make it like 2 years. You have 2 years to play the game, how many times you want, and after, if we decide to remove the game from, I don't know, internet or the libraries that supposedly the customer has, it's more than you ask for, so it's okay like this. Again, this goes in line that again, I don't even think with them, if this continues to be their response and their attitude for their customers, I don't think this is going well, even with the 10-cent stuff there. Yeah, this is not looking good, and I'm not sure if this lawsuit can even start, have kind of a legal precedent, depending on the way it goes. It can be something like that, because again, we technically, when you play a game, it's a license of that game, because you cannot own the game itself, because then supposedly legally you own the IP itself, which is something to a certain extent it's impossible to do even. But yeah, if the lawsuit basically ends up in the plaintiff's way, I think we might have some kind of consumer protection overall because if it goes the other way around, basically it gives legal way, at least in the United States, I assume, that any kind of publisher can just erase the game out of the people's library without any kind of warning per se, unless there is something specific on the terms and conditions. But they reserve themselves to alter the terms and conditions any way they want, whenever they want. But yeah, we'll have to see this how this will end because it doesn't look good, especially from the Ubisoft part. The way they are responding to this is basically you pay again at the time of the recording of the video. Again, we are seeing games going 70, and again, if you put special editions, 120 to $150, and if the publisher decides, okay, after I don't know a month, a week, a year, two, five, we don't know, 10 years, like it happened with the crew. They just suddenly, okay, you pay $150 and it goes to the shitter because we decided that you are not going to be able to access the content or the license that you pay for. Again, we'll have to wait and see how this goes. Hopefully, it goes in the consumer's way, and to avoid any kind of publishers trying to do any kind of shenanigans like Ubisoft did with the crew. Because again, I suppose it gives too much trouble to put some offline mode for the crew for people to enjoy and play. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see how this going to unfold. In terms of better news, we got some interesting news. Again, there was, I think, the Triple I initiative from Steam or something like that. I saw that briefly, and that there is some news regarding some games from Mafia, the old country. Supposedly, this is kind of a leak or something like that, or a rumor. This is not coming from that Triple I initiative, even though I'm going to cover some of that. Supposedly, we're going to see Mafia the Old Country set to launch on August 8th. I remember playing the first or the second one when it came out, the original ones, not the remastered version on any kind of those things. I really kind of enjoyed the thing there, especially on the storytelling. Again, this is kind of a mob game, and I think it serves better in terms of having a story where you go around and do certain activities related to that. I don't think like a free roam open world serves better for this kind of game. And it seems that the game itself is going to be more lead more on a linear narrative driven action adventure. Again, I guess some certain activities it's possible to do that. I don't know, to distract a little bit and roam around a little bit. The fact that the game is going to be Unreal Engine 5, I'm not sure about that. We've been seeing a lot of Unreal Engine games not doing very well, especially the 5, the Unreal Engine 5. But yeah, there's going to be a developer panel on PAX East, which is going to be on May 8th. Again, I will assume we'll have more detailed information regarding this. Supposedly, there's going to be a gameplay trailer or an extended gameplay trailer for this one. I'm hopeful for this one. It seems that they are going to try and gain and go kind of a return to form, let's say, or go back to the roots of what the Mafia IP is supposed to be. But yeah, interesting stuff to come up in May 8th. Then we got also Where the Winds Meet is going to have a new closed beta test that is going to occur between 16 and 19 of May. The only thing is the regions that is going to be available is going to be only United States, Canada, Japan, and Korea. You can register if you like. For this is open for both PC and PlayStation. You can register on the web page there on May until May 15th. In the meantime, we had also some, at least for now, PC specs. Again, for the eye settings, which is usually the most demanding ones, it seems to be fair enough. Again, if it is like 4K 60, which I assume it's not because it's a 3080 plus or a 6080 XT GPU, or even in terms of CPUs, a 12 700K or even a 5950X or equivalent, kind of in those lines. I'm not sure if it is going to be something that you'll be able to play in 4K 60, and if so, probably it's going to be upscale or with frame generation or something like that. Again, I'm really not sure. Um, th- but we got some interesting information already, which again, the first version, or at least the what they are working on, supposedly it's an area of 20 square kilometers, but there's going to have some verticality there, being underground and above ground, which is seems good. But yeah, and there is supposedly some multiplayer aspect in this game, but it's going to be completely separate. So when you want to play, you play single or multiplayer modes, which is good to see. So there is no like any kind of shenanigans trying to happen there. That you only going to enjoy the full spectrum of what the game has to offer by playing in multiplayer. But yeah, let's see how this goes. I'm very interested regarding this game. I watch some videos here and there. Seems very, again, Chinese folklore and mythology. It's always interesting to see something different, and it seems that the combat is going to be pretty good. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see when until comes out. Maybe we'll get some news or some previews from this closed beta test if they people are allowed to do so. But yeah, it's one of those that I'm interested in trying out. Then we got a little bit more information regarding the alters. The game got delayed for another school's date this year, and supposedly we got now an official date, which is June 13 this year. Again, I played the demo of this game. Got some interesting mechanics there, and the hook of the game is very interesting. Something a little bit different what we are used to see. The only issue that I had playing the demo is some PC performance issues, but other than that, again, it's a demo. I hope that the game is patched out in terms of performance or optimized in terms of performance when the full game comes out. But I'm interested in this game. Yeah, got a release date trailer here. Again, the fact that they are releasing these trailers and opens up a little bit of possibilities of how good or bad the game can go, depending on the choices that you try to make. But yeah, I'm very interested also in this game. Got also some Clair Obscur Expedition 33. And I think this is the final character trailer. I'm not sure. Which is Monoco. Again, it's kind of a gestural, whatever it is. It's this one. Again, there seems to be a very um, uh, swath of NPCs that you interact, and this one can be played with. It can belong to your squad. One of the interesting things, he can like assimilate parts of the enemies, the feet or the legs or something like that, to transform himself temporarily in that enemy, and again gaining the those monsters abilities there for you to use on the combat, which is very interesting there. But yeah, got a character trailer here, very quirky, but again, it seems that this game is going to be a pretty good one also. Then we got this one, Into the Fire. We got an extended gameplay. This also comes from the AAA initiative. Very interesting setup here. Basically, instead of you shooting out, you're just trying to rescue people. It's got the fire mechanic there. The setup is you're trying to manage and save people after a volcano erupted. We've got the water resource management there. And again, I will assume you have some kind of abilities and some kind of devices and instruments that you can use to combat the rescuing people. And in the trailer itself, you can knock down certain parts of the walls, knock down doors and everything. You got the axe there, firing extinguisher here. Again, I think this is going to be interesting how you can approach the gameplay there, and the fact that you're basically rescuing people and going through the fire, and trying to avoid to get, I don't know, people get killed. And there is kind of a paranormal thing here with the fire demons. Also, it seems that you're going to have to fight some fire demons there. Yeah, very interesting. I will keep my tabs on this game also to see when it comes out. I don't think we have. Yeah, it will come out supposedly this year. I will try to keep tabs on this one. And then lastly, we got another one that seems interesting. Roguelike character action game, Morbid Metal. Morbid Metal is going to launch early access. Again, I usually don't like too much early access games. I prefer to have access at a demo before the launch of the full version of the game. But again, this one seems interesting. Got a little bit of Devil May Cry vibes on the action, the way you do the combat there, which caught my attention. Again, I will try to keep tabs on this game also, at least keep it on my wish list and see how the development of this game goes. But then again, this is only early access this summer, so I will expect maybe a couple of years until, if the game launches, at least a couple of years until it comes out there. But yeah, let's go wrap up this with some gaming deals. We still have a lot of them here. We got far loan sales. Again, I already tested out. I will be recording probably this weekend at the demo of this game and see if it goes well. If I like the demo, I will probably buy the game and probably do a gaming series in the meantime. This one seems to be a sweet short experience. But yeah, very interesting. 90% off, overwhelming positive feedback from the players. We got also still Midnight Suns. Again, stamp of approval. I got a gameplay series of this game. Managed to claim it for free on Epic Game Store. But I did a run. I did enjoy very much from the same team that brought XCOM 2. We got Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy. I claimed it for free this game on Epic Game Store also a few months ago. I will eventually do a gameplay series on this one also. And yeah, 85% off. We got Spiritfarer Farewell Edition. Again, complete edition of this game, got everything included. And I already did also a gameplay demo. Very interesting. This game, it's one of those that it's always been in my wish list for years now. It's one of those seem to be very interesting experience that you can take out of this game. Then we got also the Neo series is also on sale. So we got Neo, the first one, complete edition, 80% off, and then Neo 2, complete edition, 50% off. Also, we got Red Dead Redemption 2 still on sale, 75% off. We got Devil May Cry 5 still on sale. Again, we got several editions here, but they are basically all 75% off. So it seems pretty good. Then we got Metaphor Refantasio, 30%, and you got a prologue demo here that probably one of these days I will try out before taking a chance of buying or not this game. Then we continue here, Baldur's Gate 3, 20% off, still on sale. Again, Game of the Year edition when it came out in 2023. And then lastly, we got Blueprints. This is a new release. Very positive reviews overall. Kind of a roguelike experience, but the fact that you instead of fighting, you just complete puzzles and investigate clues and try to get the as permanent upgrades going around and try to find the a special room 46, and the permanent upgrades, and how you go about it is with the doing the puzzles and acquire blueprints for the rooms in the house, which is very interesting. But yeah, I'm going to wrap up here for today with a plug on my Patreon for access support. The access support is more in line for me to be able to get a better storage solution, so I can have backups of stuff that I do for my clients, and of course, some extra space for the videos that I do for the channel. And with all that said, I hope you have a wonderful day. Now we'll see you in the next one. So until then, Kunami Master out.